Welcome back onto the episode 3 of Fundamentals of Fashion and the Fashion Industry with Design with Sa. On today's episode, we are going to be talking about the MET GALA 2023, hosted during the first Monday of May. We shall talk about Karl Lagerfeld and in depth talk about his life achievements and also discuss why the Met has chosen to honor him this year. Karl Lagerfeld was born in Hamburg in 1933 as Karl Otto Lagerfeld to a wealthy German businessman and a Swedish mother. Lagerfeld's first break in fashion came as the result of a design competition organized by the International Wool Association in 1954. Lagerfeld's sketch of a coat took first prize, catching the eyes of Pierre Balmain, at the time one of the greatest Parisian couturiers and a judge of the contest, who offered Lagerfeld a position as his design assistant as a result. With a foot in the door, Lagerfeld's prodigious talent became clear, and at just 20, he was appointed as the art director for the fashion designer Jean Patou. Lagerfeld honed his craft at the house for 5 years, working primarily on couture collections, developing a broad range of skills and aesthetics that would serve him well throughout his career. Not content working under the direction of others, but not yet ready to open his own house, Karl Lagerfeld became one of the world's first design freelancers in 1962. His work for various brands across Europe eventually led him to Chloe, where he was brought on by the founder Gabby Aguillon to work alongside a number of other designers. Within 3 years, he was given sole creative control of the house, famed for its romantic, free-spirited designs, and remained there until 1983. When his contract at Chloe ended at 1983, Lagerfeld left the brand and signed on as the new creative director at Chanel. Working only part-time initially on a rumored $1 million salary, WWD reported at the time that his reception was less than warm. While Lagerfeld was frustrated with the house's slow pace of couture production and resistance to change, those already working at the brand are said to have been unsupportive of Lagerfeld's move towards modernization and unfriendly towards his new hires, including his design assistant Harvey Legger. Lagerfeld had been experimenting with more spectacular runways while at Chloe, but it was at Chanel that he found the funding and creative support to let his imagination run wild. Lagerfeld may have consistently chosen the Great Palace of the Elysian Fields as his venue, but it never looked the same twice. From sets featuring giant shoes and handbags to the inside of the palatial beachside villa, and in the past few years alone, a supermarket, cruise ship, ski resort, and the rooftops of Paris. It is no coincidence that Chanel has been the hottest ticket at Paris Fashion Week for decades. Never satisfied and always striving for more, even in the final decade of his life, Karl Lagerfeld achieved a number of firsts. In 2015, he presented his first show for Fendi, making him the only designer to have shown 2 shows during the same haute couture week. The same year, he also added a children's line to his namesake brand and began publishing the Karl Daily, a satirical newspaper featuring his sketches and photography. In 2015, Karl Lagerfeld took home the Outstanding Achievement Award at the British Fashion Awards. In 2017, he received the John B. Fairchild Honor from the WWD, and the most prestigious of them all, Parisian Mayor Anna Hidalgo presented him with the Grand Vermeil Medal following Chanel's 2017 couture show. On 19 February 2019, just days before the autumn-winter Fendi collection was due to be shown, Karl Lagerfeld passed away in Paris. Despite being aged 85, the announcement took the fashion world as something of a surprise. On announcing his death, Chanel paid tribute to Lagerfeld, saying, "A prolific mind with endless imagination, Karl Lagerfeld explored many artistic horizons, including photography and short films." Now, why, after all these years, did the Met decide to honor Karl with the theme Karl Lagerfeld, a line of beauty? Andrew Bolton, the head curator of the Metropolitan Museum of Art, said he became interested in paying homage to the late designer after hearing Karl's design assistants pay tribute to him at his memorial service. Andrew commented, "Every single design in his life was a sketch. When I saw the drawings, I thought, these are so charming, so whimsical, so impressionistic. But what I didn't realize was that they contained really precise information about a shoulder line or the length of a sleeve. And his staff knew exactly what this line meant or what the dot meant, and they could decode it." Moreover, as commented by Anna Wintour, editor-in-chief of Vogue and global chief content officer of Condé Nast, she says, "This exhibition really examines the themes that run through Karl's work, and Andrew Bolton, the head curator, had to see about 10,000 objects and whittle it down to just 200. How long will the Met exhibit be on display? The upcoming exhibition will open to the public from May 2023 to July 2023 and will feature 150 of Karl's designs from his time as the creative director of Chloe, Fendi, Chanel, Balmain and Petu, as well as items from his eponymous label." With this, we at Design with Sa hope you took away something informative from this episode of Fundamentals of Fashion and the Fashion Industry. See you soon.